Hi, welcome to Mountain Road Life. I'm Kristen, and today we are going to be rendering beef fat into tallow. And if you're not familiar with that process, you might need some explanation. So this is beef fat. You can get it at any butcher, and it's generally going to be really good value for money. So what we're going to do today is take the beef fat, we're going to cut it up into smaller chunks, and if you have a food processor, you can grind it up as well, and then put it into a crock pot. We're going to heat it on a low heat for about 5 to 6 hours, and rendering just means that you are melting the fat, and we're going to be transforming it into tallow, which is a fat that we can use for cooking. So I know a lot of people are going to be skeptical about the addition of animal fat into their diets because we've heard for decades now that we should really be avoiding animal fats, but I have to say, from my standpoint, from my own experiences, my journey to health really began when I stopped being afraid of eating animal fat. I thrive off of it in good balance with other foods as well, but yeah, I have seen so many health improvements by including animal fats into my diet. So that's just me, that's my experience. If you want to find out more, I would definitely check out the Weston A. Price Foundation. They have tons of great resources and information on the subject. So tallow has really been, a new addition to the kitchen for me over the last couple of years. I like to use it if I am going to be making a stew, then I will braise the meat in a skillet using the tallow, as well as I like to use it for making French fries, homemade French fries, and just cooking them in the oven. It is delicious. I'll have to share the recipe sometime. And then for skincare, tallow has totally transformed my skin in a really awesome way. My sister-in-law tipped me off a couple of years ago to a South African company called Pure Primal, and they use tallow as a base for a lot of their skincare products. And so that was really revolutionary for me. I began to use tallow, especially as a skin moisturizer on my hands and on my face. Historically, I have suffered from really dry, cracked, and painful hands in the winter time. And over the last couple of years, I've been adding tallow, or I've just been, using tallow on my hands directly just to moisturize them. Sometimes adding a little bit of essential oils as well. And it has just been such a drastic improvement. I cannot even tell you. So yeah, for me, tallow has just been an incredible product that I'm so thankful for. All right, so let's begin. All right, so the first part of the project is complete. It took about 90 minutes to cut up the beef fat into smaller pieces, as well as to remove any of the meat bits that were still attached to the fat. Again, if you have a food processor, it'll go a lot faster. It'll probably take, cut down the time by 2/3. So now the beef fat is gonna sit here in the crock pot for about 5 to 6 hours, and we'll check back to see how things are progressing. All right, so the beef fat has had 6 hours to cook on low setting, and it looks really good. It's got the nice crispy bits that are floating to the top, and then the rest of the liquid in the crock pot. So now I'm going to transfer the contents of the crock pot into this bowl. I'm going to use a ladle, and then I'm going to strain the contents of the crock pot through this fine strainer. And then from there, once it's been strained, I'm going to move the contents of the bowl into a mason jar, and I also have a dish that is lined with parchment paper, and that's a nice way to just create like bars for the tallow. All right, so here we go. So that's pretty much all there is to it. And yeah, it's a pretty simple process. Again, it just takes time. You need to make sure that you're going to be home all day, and give yourself an hour and a half or even 2 hours for prep work at the beginning to get all the beef fat ready to go into the crock pot. And then from there, just make sure that you're checking on it every couple of hours, giving it a stir. And then from there, this process is going to take a little bit of time just to strain out the crispy bits from the liquid and then put it into the container that you want to transfer it to. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make your own tallow. Please let us know what you think in the comments below. Have you ever tried tallow? Would you ever be willing to make your own? It is a really awesome way to eat nose to tail and really just honor the life that the animal has lived and be able to make use of every single part of the animal. And it's also very economical, and tallow is amazing for cooking and amazing for skincare, and it's just a really healthy and all-around wonderful product that I love to have in our home. Please be sure to check back for more videos about living a non-toxic lifestyle, and we'll see you next time. Bye!